What's going on, guys? It was in a block in the garage. We've got a Mustang GT that is getting a California roll bar. Let's get to it. Yeah, a Mustang. Well, this Mustang has a clickety-clunk in the dash when you turn the key. I'm assuming it's one of the bundle actuators, so we're going to go ahead and get in there and get this thing swapped out so the owner can have no more clickety-clacky. Oh, and also he wanted a radio installed and a backup camera. So I guess we'll do it all at one time. So this is probably not really how to install a radio, backup camera, and or blend door actuator on your Ford Mustang. But we'll just go along for the ride, and if I see anything exciting, I'll stop and talk about it. Got the glove box flipped down, squeeze tabs on either side, put the key in. Culprit is right there. I could feel it tap, 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 tap as I was turning the key forward. I think that's the floor, dash, blend door, or something like that. Let's turn the fan on and see what's not working. Let's see, so we should be up here. Stinketh. So we got air there, no air on that one, and hardly any air coming out of there. That's interesting. All right, that's really weird. There's no air coming out of that vent at all. Let's go down to the floor. Seems to go down to the floor fine. Alright. I would say we got a couple issues. One, blend door issue from the floor to the defrost. And also a blend door, well, not that issue, but then there's no air coming out of this vent, which is a little concerning because there's air coming out of this vent. And I think these share the same thing. I've got to pull the radio anyway to deal with that. Also, it smells kind of funny. Before removing the center console piece, you're going to start prying back here, work your way to the front, get this up out of there, disconnect the little electrical plugs under there. Since this is a manual transmission, I'll have to disconnect the light thing for the automatic. We'll just disconnect these buttons right here, and then we'll pop off this upper section right here, like so. Oh boy. Well, this has already gotten a lot more interesting than I anticipated. You may have seen when I pulled this up, right there. That is a nest. I'm going to get the shop vac. So we can go ahead and start getting this cleaned out of here. And then we will continue with this cleanup effort. Well, we went through and pulled the plastic covers off around the dash cluster. Popped that out where the airbag is. Pulled off the 4 7mm screws. And that thing is chocked full of stuff, which is why the air was not blowing out of there. Not sure about this one. So we'll get the shop back out again and clean that up. And hopefully that will take care of the air issue. This is worth showing here. So the company that makes this bar has a really good video. I'll just show you guys something that you probably couldn't see from the angle you were at. So under here is a pocket right there. That's how you can access the back side of both of these fasteners and get the nuts in there. And then that little 10mm up top kind of helps with the alignment. And then your seatbelt bolt goes right back in the top through here. So I'll tighten those up. 13mm nut on the back, 3/16 on the front. Just a little Allen key, something like that, and 10mm, and then we'll move on to the driver's side. All right, let's test fit this thing. Alright, just went ahead and test fit it before I tighten up the rest of the brackets all the way. They did a really good job on designing the brackets because this slid right down in there. It has a little bit of play either way, so you can get it to slide down there real easy. I'm going to lock these brackets down, then we'll go ahead and put the hole saw on the upper trim panels, and then that'll take care of the hard work. I've got to run a wire from the third brake light and the roll bar out the back or down the side to the brake lights, and then that will take care of that portion of the upgrades on the Mustang. Here is the actuator door. It's got a broken tooth there, broken tooth up there. There's one of the teeth. There's another portion of a tooth over here. So yeah, that's what the clicking was. This thing's a nightmare to replace. It's not easy. I'll just put it that way. I see several videos of guys pointing to this actuator, but very few of them are moving it. That's because one of the bolts is very difficult to get out. So anyway, that's what happens. It chews up the plastic gears and then it clicks. This pony has been a workout. We got the roll bar installed for the light bar. It's got a third brake light. Also has a dome light that is hidden right underneath there. We took care of installing the Kenwood head unit, replacing the shaker radio that was there. It works with the Ford Sync system. Yeah, I need to clean up that floor. It's kind of dirty over there. I didn't really detail the whole car. I was just cleaning up the things that we found. Just to recap, the air vent was blocked with a mouse nest on the driver's side, and also the other driver's side air vent. There was a nest, or what was left of a nest, down the center console. There's also one A-pillar I found out when I ran the mic, located just beside the sun visor. So found it there. Whole backside underneath here. There was some kibblings under there. So cleaned all that out, cleaned everything out, got their head unit installed. Everything works, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, etc. It was a bit challenging. The manufacturer of the conversion unit, let me see if I can find the name. I should remember this. Maestro. So they do have wiring diagrams on their website, and it's pretty much plug and play. I had to mess around with a couple things just to get everything to work properly. Their documentation is pretty decent, and you just take this little Masetro. This was the RR that we use on this one. Hook it up to your laptop, program it to the particular vehicle, and I mean, if you have done a radio before, you could probably do one of these. If you've not done a radio before, I do not recommend you try to do this. Take it to somebody that's professional, because if you don't, you're probably just gonna get frustrated and you could potentially mess something up. Let's see what else we did. We did take care of the stealth backup camera, and let's see. Oh yeah, went ahead and took care of the fog lights down there at the bottom. Got those hooked up, cleaned up some stuff in the engine. I believe that's it. It doesn't look like I did anything, which is perfect, because that means I did a great job. And it looks like this really belongs on the car. So let's take this thing outside. I'll do a walk around, and then we're gonna take this thing back to my buddy Bob, because he loves this car, and he had asked me about taking care of a couple upgrades on it, being the head unit, fixed the issue with the AC. There's a button door that we took care of replacing and put it on the light bar. And yeah, we painted this thing almost a year, 2 years ago now. Paint still looks good, so that's cool. It's really cool blue color. Can't remember the name of this particular one. I'll put it on the screen if I can remember to do that. This is a 5.0. This is a Mustang GT, and it does have a 6-speed manual transmission, because that's the only way to do it. Let's get this thing outside and take a look at it.